Hey guys, Danny here. I've got another interesting product for you today. This is the DH800 mini drone. It has a really interesting design. The controller actually straps to your wrist, which is not something I've seen before. So I'm going to be showing you that and we'll see how well that performs. Included in the box is pretty much your standard stuff. You get your charging cable, some prop guards, your controller, of course the drone, a little screwdriver. Here is the controller that straps to your wrist. You can see it has a little compartment on the top. The drone actually sits underneath there. I will show you that in just a moment. You do also get a phone holder, which is a pretty good solid design. Now let's take a closer look at this controller. It does have a very weird design. As you can see, you've got one analog stick which is on the left. This controls the direction that the drone is moving in. Let's take a look at the drone, which is stored underneath this little compartment here. You twist it to take it off. The drone itself has quite a nice color design. I do like the really dark kind of matte finish that it has. It also folds up so it's even smaller. I was fairly impressed with the quality of the mini drone. The folding arms feel nice and sturdy, and you do get quite a nice satisfying click when you move them. So I do think this will perform quite well when we take it on its flight test. Let's take a closer look at the controller. On my first impressions, I thought it looked a little bit gimmicky. The buttons and the controls in general, they do feel okay. They don't feel like they're going to have any problems, or it doesn't feel too cheap, which is something I did worry about. I think my main concern will be how easy will it be to control the drone. Having this style of control, I think it's going to be a little bit awkward, and the fact that you don't have a proper analog stick to adjust the height and the throttle of the drone, I think that might be a bit of a problem. The wrist strap feels okay. It feels decent quality. It didn't move around too much on my hand once I got it strapped in place. I think this product is mainly going to appeal to a younger audience, but my concern there will be how easy is it to fly. Because of the control style, I think this may be a little bit of a problem. As with a lot of these micro drones, the battery is actually built in and you have your little connector here on the side. You can probably remove the battery and get to it, but you would have to cut the chassis and take it apart. So now let's take the drone on a little flight test. You'll see the FPV feed in the bottom left of the video. So straight away you'll see that the drone is going a little bit all over the place. This is because using this style of controller is quite difficult, because you only have one analog stick which controls the direction of the drone, and then you would normally have a second which controls the throttle and the height of the drone. But on this controller you simply have a slider that you slide up and down, and it's really difficult to get the height and the throttle correct on this drone so it stays in the position you want it to. Once you do, you can let go of it, and it has altitude hold, so it will hover pretty well. But in between that, when you're trying to adjust the height of the drone, it's incredibly difficult. As I expected, in general it's very difficult to control the drone using this style of controller. It looks quite cool, but beyond that, practically it's not really good to use to control the drone. It does also give you an arm ache pretty quickly holding your arm in this position, especially if you're also using a smartphone for FPV, so you have added extra weight on your wrist. The FPV feed wasn't too bad for a drone of this size. It was performing fairly well. The picture quality isn't too bad. I will show you some of the video feed shortly. What did impress me is how well this drone flies for its size. Beyond having difficult controls because of the controller, I thought the drone performed quite well. It had a lot of power. It seemed quite stable when it was in altitude hold mode. I didn't have any problems with range with this drone in terms of the controls, but I also didn't take this very far away from me, as it was quite hard to control with this controller, so I didn't want to fly this off and have a flyaway. I got about a 5.5 to 6 minute flight time, which I think is quite decent for a drone of this size. And here's a look at the video quality. You'll see that straight away it's not great quality, but for a drone of this size I don't think you can expect too much. It is using a 0.3 megapixel camera, so we're really not going to get great quality. It is recording, of course, through your smartphone, so you are just recording the feed. That's why you see there's quite a lot of choppiness. I have no problems recommending this drone. If you'd like to buy it, I'll put a link down in the description for you. I would just say it is quite difficult to control with this style of controller, and it's not very practical, but it does work. It performs quite well. It's simply just the usability is quite difficult using this controller. So I really hope you enjoyed the video, guys. If you did, please give it a thumbs up. If you're new to the channel, please consider subscribing for more videos like this one, and of course I will see you in the next one.